I'm telling you, Donovan, man, she's the last person that I think about when I go to bed. The first person I think about when I wake up in the morning, while I'm at work,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I'm driving, I'm thinking
Yep.
about. So we developed a relationship. I never told her that I was married. I
Okay.
went out of town for like 14, 16 days,
Uh-oh.
and she said that this isn't working anymore. I'm just gonna she said, I think I'm gonna start dating again. And it
Oh
really
wow.
it crushed me. Going
Sure.
through an issue with um a side piece. Let me just give you some background information.
Okay.
I am married.
Okay.
Been married for about 7 years. Um I met a young lady that sort of work in my field. I work in the dental field. And so we met at this one office. We just sort of uh, talked a little bit, nothing serious. I think at that time she was married. She was married
Okay.
too.
Okay.
And then we got back in contact with each other to talk about a CE course. And then it became where we were almost talking every day. And eventually the relationship started to get close. Then she told me that she was divorcing her husband,
Oh wow.
and right. So she told me she was divorcing her husband,
Hmm.
and actually, I used to talk to her while he was still living in the house. He
Of
basically
course. Of course.
she was kind of like she. I don't think he was her first choice. She
Probably
sort
not.
of she listened to her parents. She's from Jamaica, and she listened to her parents uh, uh, with I'm getting nervous here.
That's all right.
She
Don't be
listened to
nervous.
her parents.
It's all good.
Okay, she listened to her parents because he had a bright future ahead. He was going to pharmacy school, but then once they moved to the U.S., he stopped working. She said he let himself go.
Right. Right.
Now getting back to us, so we developed a relationship. I never told her that I was married.
Okay.
She just, I never told I was married. She understood my boundaries in that I didn't want her to come to my place. We talked all the time.
Okay.
But then I would say, and our relationship started, I would say it started like around May of last year.
Okay. So it's
And
been a while.
then,
Okay.
huh?
So it's
Right,
been so it's been a while. Okay.
May of last year. But she would always talk about, she's 42.
Okay.
I'm 62,
Okay. Okay.
but I don't look it. I don't look it though.
No, it's all good.
And right, and so she always talked about wanting to get married again,
Hmm.
wanting kids,
Hmm.
and I just didn't want to
Wow.
go down that road,
Sure.
Donovan.
Of course not.
I mean, I already got a daughter. She's in college right now. I didn't want to go that route.
Yeah.
And then uh, I had like my other life with my wife.
Hmm.
We went. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was when I went on like a 14-day cruise through the Panama Canal. She
Oh
wanted to go,
wow.
and
Oh
I was just telling
wow.
her, you can't. I said you don't have that many days off from your job.
Right.
You couldn't do that. And so I saw one red flag when she said, Donovan, that when when she was going through an issue with her husband, she did go on a dating app, but she said it
Uh-oh.
was just it was just crazy. I never. She said, guys were crazy, and I just left it alone and just tried to rekindle my relationship with my husband. But then, okay, I come along, and we just had this bond. I mean, I was always going over her house. We most of our sexual encounters were at her apartment,
Okay.
or at a hotel.
Okay.
But then I think the straw that broke the camel's back was when I went out of town for like 14, 16 days.
Uh-oh.
And she said that, this isn't working anymore. I'm just gonna she said, I think I'm gonna start dating again. And it
Oh
really
wow.
it crushed me.
Sure.
And I kind of like I was talking to another guy about it, and he says, man, I'm telling you, you already have somebody. You should just take it as a loss because you're not going to leave the person that you're with.
Of course.
You were able to get this easy pussy for 7 months,
Right.
and you should just let it go because if it were to let's say if she really wanted to do some investigation and try to find out where you lived, she could have wrecked your whole
Oh my
life.
God.
So
100%.
so consider it. And I remember, Don, I remember you saying one time that, like, if you're married and you have a relationship with another woman, you
Uh-huh.
really got to be careful because if she gets upset about something, she can just ruin your whole life.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
and so there's like two sides to me too. Like, one thought is like, dude, just be happy you were able to get out of this
Hmm.
unscathed. You had your moment with this woman.
Uh-huh.
Now she's sort of like moved on, but I just think about her so much, Donovan, man. I'm in like this loop.
Yeah.
I'm listening to all these other these dating professionals, and they talking about the psychology and
Sure.
how you got to try to just ghost her, don't call, don't
Yeah.
even call to say hi. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. Like I was telling you, we work in the same field.
Oh,
And
wow.
so
Okay.
so she kind of like really pulled out, I'll say around December, January. Because
Okay.
around the holidays, you have the coupling with the girls, with women. They
Yes.
want to that's when women truly find out uh whether or not they're in a relationship for sex, or it's a true relationship because women, they want to be validated by being with family members during the
Yes. Of
holidays.
course.
And Thanksgiving, I wasn't with her. Christmas, I wasn't with her. And I
Hmm.
think she sort of felt like, okay, I'm just a sex object for him. I don't think
Right.
he's into me that much. So I'm going to move on. I want someone that's going to truly love me and want to get married and want to have a family and all that. It was killing her. And so, but the thing is, it's just killing me, Donovan, man. I just don't know. It's hard to. I don't. Like I said, I have. It's like two sides. There's a logical side that says,
Uh-huh.
dude,
Leave her
just
alone.
accept
Yep.
yeah, just accept the fact that you there was a deadline. You weren't going to leave your woman,
Of course not.
and that at some point, maybe she would have put more stress on, why can't I come to your house?
Yeah.
I've never been to your house. I've never met your family. What type of relationship we have?
Sure.
And
Sure.
uh, and I think she just got tired of that as she moved on. But
Okay.
what happened? There was so, like I said, we both work in the dental field,
Okay.
and so her office needed some help. So
Oh.
through this temp agency, I applied to work that particular day. So when she pretty much left, it was around, like I said, around January.
Okay.
When I temped at the office, it was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, Donovan, I I'm telling you, I went to guys. I'm gonna tell you something, the guys that are listening. Sometimes if you want answers, if Donovan isn't available, chat GPT, sometimes they'll give you that psychology answer of what to do and what not to do. And I'm telling you, it's pretty accurate with what you say, in that you shouldn't chase her, don't call her.
Sure.
Chat GPT told me when I go to the job, try to keep it professional. I can ruin my career. Don't
Uh-huh.
mention anything about the relationship.
Hmm.
And so it was just weird seeing her because she, I mean, here's a woman. I mean, we had sex a lot. I mean, we did
Sure.
everything. We're talking
And
every orifice.
and the oh
But
yeah, and the sex was good, man. You turned her into a
right,
bowling ball.
right. And the thing, the other thing she said, so her husband, getting back to that, she said she was a virgin when she met her husband, and he was like the first. I don't know. I just kind of
Yeah.
find it hard to
Whatever.
believe.
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyway, yeah. But because the reason why I didn't believe is because, like, when we really started to get physical, I mean, she wanted it
Of
almost
course she did.
every day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the reason why it made it difficult is because she lives about an hour away from my house.
That's
And
good. That's a
so
good thing,
yeah,
man.
it is.
Well,
Actually, you
yeah.
know what?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
She
Hold on, Mike. Let me ask you this. What state do you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
Maryland.
Okay, Maryland. Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to know where you were. Okay, so she lived in
Yeah.
out. So she lives. So she her house is about an hour away from where you live.
Right.
Believe me, that is actually a good thing. It might be inconvenient, but that's a good thing.
And she actually wanted to move closer. I
Oh
said, I don't. I said, you don't
wow.
want to do that. But I said, we haven't even known each other a year,
Sure.
and you want to move closer. I mean, what if we? I said, it costs a lot of money to move.
Sure.
Why would you
Sure.
want to do that? She
Yeah.
said, well, it's difficult to be with you. I've just figured if I move closer to you, it'll make it easier for you.
Uh-huh.
And but get back when I went to her job, Donovan. I mean, I could not believe her posture the whole time I was there. I
Wow.
mean, even when I got there before she got there that day,
Uh-huh.
and even when she came into the office, she treated me as if I was a temp that she had just met.
Oh, so
It wasn't even it
she
was
pretended
it was
she didn't even know you. Am I wrong?
exactly
There you
right,
go.
right. She pretended like she didn't even know me. The the way that the other employees in the office they probably didn't even know
Of
that
course
we
not.
had a
Of
relationship
course not.
because she didn't even come to me. So how's it? She didn't. You know how it is if you run into somebody, you may ask, "Hey, how's it going?
Sure,
What you
sure.
been
It
up
was
to?"
none of listen, it was none of that. She acted brand new around you. I already know how it goes.
Exactly.
Already know how it
Exactly.
goes. Yep.
And I just kept in the back of my mind what Chat GPT it said, do not get physical, do not flirt, do not ask her to talk to you after work for clarity. Because I wanted to know like what was the straw that broke the camel's back. And
Uh-huh.
and I just, I'm telling you, Donovan, man, she's the last person that I think about when I go to bed. The first person I think about when I wake up in the morning, while I'm at work,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I'm driving, I'm thinking
Yep.
about. I try to remember like certain things that she said in the beginning of the relationship about, dating apps,
Yeah.
or I'm just trying to
Trying to put together the
remember the
pieces. What happened,
yeah,
right?
I'm trying to put together the pieces. So my question to you is number one, did I escape some real drama by her not really, really being, I guess, obsessed by like trying to find out where I live? And number two, how do I break this loop? And should I mean, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. You're going to tell me Mike, let it go, man. She's gone. Just try to get her out of your mind. It was good while it lasted. Just let it go. But the other thing I would ask you is like how would you characterize a woman like that? Like why does she? I mean, I can't tell whether or not he still has feelings for me. This was one more thing. I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk because
Okay,
I know
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm being very loquacious here.
No problem.
But so during lunch, so we saw the last patient. I'm sitting. I knew that I was going to just sit in the break room. I wasn't going to leave out. I wanted to like maybe give her a chance to say something.
Right.
I'm sitting in the break room, Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
I had one earpiece in. She probably thought I couldn't hear her.
Right. Right.
She comes back there. She picks her phone up and she calls this guy. I knew it was a guy because I could tell
Of
by the
course.
tone of her
Of course.
voice.
Of course. You can
And
always
and
tell.
the and the knife that really went into my heart is when I heard her say, "Babe, how's it going, babe?" And I was, oh shit. And
Uh-oh.
that just told me right there that whoever she's involved with, I'm sure he's putting on the full court press, man.
Absolutely.
But what Chat GPT says, they say you should give the person space, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, if I ghost her and not call, that gives the other guy more opportunity to
Sure.
to do things with her. And that's my that's my mindset is like, okay, I'm, Bill Belichick used to say the best ability is
That's
availability.
right.
So if I'm not calling her, not texting her, that's going to give the other guy the opportunity to put in the time.
Okay.
And so,
Right. Well, you got to
all right.
understand. Well, first of all, football is way different. Is way different than relationships. Yes, there are a lot of parallels and similarities, and that is a good analogy there by Bill Belichick. But okay, so let me ask you a few questions because I think I've got this pretty well diagnosed here. And so you said that she knew that, so she knew you were married, or she didn't know you were married.
She didn't know.
She didn't know. And she never
No.
pressed you, and she never pressed you on coming to your place or seeing your family, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Okay.
She said, I would say probably about 3 weeks into our close relationship, she said, I noticed you never asked me to come to your place. I understand. It seems like you have boundaries. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Oh,
And
wow.
so,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and
Oh my
so
God.
that was the case. And so every time we saw each other, it was always me going to her place. I'm
Right.
talking like, in the morning before work. I mean,
Ay, 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 ay,
yeah.
ay.
And she would always, I mean, and I understand this. Women like to do this. She would always want to go out to do things. But I would tell her, I'm a homebody. If I went to her place, let's say if I worked on a Saturday, she lives over not too far from where I work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would drop past her place after I got off work. And okay, we would go at it physically,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always keep in mind my time,
Right.
because I didn't want to be over there too long.
Right.
And so like she said, I just feel so empty. You come over, we have sex, and you're gone like in like 2 hours. She would want me to spend the night.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
she
No,
really
listen.
wanted
I
she
listen.
wanted
I
that closeness,
understand.
man.
Listen, I understand this. Now, let me answer your first question. Your first, or not your first question. Let me answer the first question I'm going to answer. Obviously, the reason why she fell back during the holidays is because she obviously met someone. Okay, she called this dude babe. And did she ever call you babe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
I could tell.
Okay.
Like
You could
her-
tell. Yeah.
her
You could tell by
whole-
the tone of voice or demeanor that she was talking to a dude, and then of course,
Yeah.
she called him babe. Yeah, she found someone else, man. And what you have to understand is that no matter how strongly a woman feels for you, when she finds someone else that she likes better than you, it is literally like she never knew you. And here's the thing, Mike. The opposite of love isn't hate, okay? The opposite of love is indifference. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you
Yeah.
if you had told me, hey, I had cut things off with her and she's blowing up my phone and she's talking shit to her friends and that means that she obviously still feels something for you. But you showed up right there in front of her and she acted like she never knew you. And you wanted to know what kind of a woman, what would cause a woman to do this. Mike, this is who women are, okay? When women, and I believe that you guys clearly had strong feelings for each other, you clearly still have strong feelings for her. But
Yeah.
the reason why she acted like she never knew you is because she doesn't have those feelings anymore. She can keep those things she can keep business and pleasure completely separated. That's to answer your first question. Number two, my guess is that this new guy is probably officially her boyfriend. Okay. He probably went and saw his and or her family for the holidays. And that means a lot to a woman because she said it. I mean, she told you, hey, you come over and I feel empty, and you stay for 2 hours and then you leave. She was looking for something more, and she met a man who gave her more. Here's another thing.
Yeah.
She knew she was a side chick, Mike. She might not. You have to understand, women always know when there is another woman. What really determines whether or not they stay, that is completely contingent upon your value as a man, or if they have anybody else in their rotation. You were the only man she was seeing at the time, okay? And this is why she gave you all of her time. But when the holidays hit, She wasn't
And
giving
she
you
joined the dating app,
there.
and
There
she
you
joined
go.
the dating app.
There you go.
She increased her pool of
There
guys.
you go. That's exactly right.
Right.
What you're going through, Mike, is completely normal. Okay. I've cheated on my girlfriends in the past and I've fallen for side chicks and this and that and the third. But to answer your main question is and this is going to be easier said than done, but you know what I'm going to tell you, brother, you have got to move on. You have to move on. You absolutely, I mean, listen, she has a boyfriend now. This is not just some guy she's fucking. This is her boyfriend. She is in public on the phone talking to this man and calling him babe, and you're in that same room. Okay, you are in that same room. That is not that is not an accident. And to be honest with you, she might not have even known that you were there. You understand what I mean? Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But if she knew you were there, she absolutely did that on purpose. Here's the thing you have to understand. Mike, is especially when it comes to like side pieces and all this other kind of stuff. You dodged a bullet. Okay. You dodged a bullet. This woman liked you. All right. And here's the thing. If she still liked you, she could fuck up your life, your career, even your marriage. If you continued to mess with her. There came a point where, and listen, she's 42 years old, right? She doesn't have time. She does not have time to be a side chick. Right. She was looking for something more. You gave her the dick, and obviously you dicked her down really good, but she clearly wanted something more from you. When you did not give that to her, she found it from someone else. And that's the reason why she has moved on. There's really nothing complicated about this. You didn't do anything wrong, and she didn't do anything wrong. She wanted more. You were unable to give it to her, and she moved on.
Right. And the other thing she said, when I met you, I kind of knew that after I divorced my husband, that I wasn't going to get involved with anyone sexually again until I get married.
Of course.
And so that kind of runs through my mind too.
Sure.
Is she just saying that
yes,
to say that?
Mike, she's lying. Bro, she's absolutely lying. She is absolutely saying that to say that because she got involved with you sexually, right? So she can say all she wants to. Well, I mean, I'm not going to get involved sexually until I'm married. Number one, you're 42 years old. Okay. Or number one, she's 42 years old. 42-year-old women cannot afford to be saying, "Oh, I'm going to save myself, for marriage." No, it don't work that way. All right. She's about 2 decades too late to pull that move. That's the first thing. The second thing is the reason she told you that was to make you chase more and to make you think, okay, I'm the lucky one. Or if she is talking to anyone, they're not having sex because she told me she's not going to get involved with anyone sexually until she's actually married. So the answer is 100% yes. She 1000% lied to you, and she proved to you that she was lying because she was having sex with you and you were not, and you were, and you guys clearly weren't married.
Mm-hmm. So you think she knew that I had somebody at my place, or
yes,
or was involved someone?
Yes.
Because one of my neighbors, I was talking to him about it. I said, man, I said any other woman would be dying to see. I mean, just for security, I got to see where he lives.
Yeah.
Can I come over your house at least once?
She knew she was dude. She knew. Not only here's the thing. Not only did she know that she was a side chick. And this is going to hurt a little bit, but she didn't like you enough to pursue anything more than that. Okay. The thing is you were using her for sex. All right. She was also using you for sex. But the thing that happened, and my guess is that when you guys first started seeing each other, you guys weren't talking about relationships or her moving closer or her getting a divorce. But as soon as she started to catch feelings for you, that's when all of this talk started. Listen, sex affects men and women very, very differently, right? You're having and listen, the longer you're having sex with somebody, eventually you're going to catch feelings for them. This is if you're a man or a woman. Women catch feelings a lot quicker because sex is much more emotional for them. When a woman has sex with a man, Mike, her brain is filled with oxytocin, and oxytocin happens to be the same chemical that bonds a woman to her baby. And this is what we call pair bonding. That's why when a woman has sex with a man, she gets all of these gets all of these positive bond type feelings. And
Yeah.
now she's thinking, I'm going to move closer to you. Let's do this. Let's do that. But she never really did it because she knew she was a side chick. She's 42,
No, I
Mike.
told her not to do it. I told her not to do it.
All right.
But just to piggyback on what you're saying with the neurotransmitters or hormones,
Yeah.
yeah, the coaching, the dating coaches, they talked about how in the beginning of a relationship, the reason why she was just able to just sort of drop me and meet somebody new from the dating apps was because of dopamine. Is the person was new,
Sure.
is
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah.
This person probably took her places and to the movies, stuff that I didn't do because I always kept thinking about the time factor.
Of course.
And
Of course.
then so with the person being new, that's dopamine being released.
Yep.
The guy giving her validation.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look good.
She
And
was
then,
listen,
once
she
the
was
sex starts.
she was bonded to you, but now she's bonded to him. This is how this goes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, so you said I dodged a big bullet, huh?
Big dude, listen, man, big time bullet. And listen, I know the sex was good, okay? And that's really what you miss. There are two things at play here. The reason why you're yearning for this chick is because number one, the sex was good, but number two, even though she was a side chick, men, we are territorial by nature. If we have 5 different women we're sleeping with, if we find out or get word that any of them are sleeping with anyone else, we're going to feel some type of way about it. This is just male nature. We are territorial over women that we are having sex with. So that's not abnormal. What's happening in your situation is you only miss the sex. You don't really miss her because you guys didn't really spend time outside of sex. So you miss the sex, number one. Number two, you're imagining her giving that same sexual access to someone else. And that's what's really killing you. You said it yourself, man, I know this guy is enjoying her, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you're 62. You've heard of the song Jesse's Girl, and she's loving him with that body. I just know it. That's what's going through your mind at this point in time. So again, listen, I don't have to tell you that you have to forget about this girl. You know that you're going to have to forget about her. But I want you to understand that
delete pictures and videos.
Yes.
I have it all, man.
Oh my God, all of it, dude. Delete it all, dude. And plus, dude, she lets you go back, dude. I'm telling you. And I tell guys this all the time. You got to watch out for older women because older women, what they lack in youth and naivety, they definitely make up for it in the bedroom and girl game. Older women have much better girl game than younger women. Younger women just rely on their looks. Older women, yes, obviously she was sexually attractive enough to get your attention and eventually you guys started sleeping with each other. But older women know exactly what to say, how to move, their timing is on point. They know exactly how to get you hooked. Okay. And it's very easy for myself and everyone in there to say, well, just leave her, bro. Forget about her. Even though I know, pardon me, that is what you do. If that's what you're supposed to do, even though you know that that's what you're supposed to do, I understand that you are still emotionally attached to this woman. So you're going to have, you are going to have to detach and just understand it's not going to come without pain. You know what I mean? Like, listen, and here's another thing. Getting over a side chick is it's going to be a lot easier than getting over maybe Mike. At the end of the day, Mike, all she was getting from you was sex. And she was okay with that because obviously she was going to get divorced. She simply met a man who gave her more than sex. And here's the thing, Mike, the sex might not be as good with him as it is with you. But at 42 years old, women her age, they value a lot more than sex. Yes, great sex is definitely a bonus. But Mike, again, she is 42. She doesn't have time to be somebody's side piece or in somebody's rotation for years and years at a time. Because by the time she jumps off of that carousel, she's going to be 43, 44, even 45 years old. She's almost half 100 at that point. And so if she meets a man who's going to bring her around for the holidays, come see her family for Christmas, actually go on dates with her, meet with her outside of, the Holiday Inn or whatever the case may be, yeah, she is going to latch onto that guy. That's just all there is to it. He simply offered more than you were willing to or able to give him or give her.
Yeah. Yeah, all of her family actually is in Jamaica. So
Oh,
none.
wow.
She has one brother that's here in the United States, but like her mother, father, other sisters are in Florida
Yeah.
and in Jamaica. So she didn't really have anybody up here. But when I was listening to like some of the dating coaches online and everything, they
Hmm.
were saying that she was just messed up from the start, and she has an issue. She had an issue with bonding, or how did they explain? They said the reason why she was able to branch swing from her husband that she was
Uh-huh.
getting a divorce from and attached to me is
Hmm.
because she didn't want to fall into the pit of being alone. And when she now going back to what you said, when women leave, they already have a plan B.
That's exactly right.
So when I went on my trip, that's where she probably joined the
There
dating
you
app,
go.
and she was probably talking.
Yep.
And then once she found someone that she said, okay, once she found someone that she connected with, that's
Ah,
when she abruptly said, you know, I can't do this anymore.
there you go.
And I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, damn, how does she? But that day that we worked together, Donovan, I
That
mean,
that was the nail in the
I couldn't,
coffin.
huh?
That you could not believe that this woman that you had sex with for the last
I
half
mean,
year just pretended like she never knew you.
yeah. Oh my God.
Let
It's
me
just,
let me ask you this, Mike. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think is the right thing to do? If you were me and I were you, what do you think I would advise Mike to do?
I mean, I know I kind of knew that um there was a timeline on our relationship
Sure.
because at one point she was gonna probably, you know, why is it I never been to your house?
Yeah.
Your family is still living. Why, you know, why don't you take me around your family? Uh and I was gonna just have to say, hey, you know, I didn't mention this in the beginning of our relationship, but I'm almost sort of like in a similar situation that you're in, but I valued our relationship. I didn't want it to be too much confusion and
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
war I just kind of kept it away from you.
She already
But
knew. Mike, I'm telling you, she already knew. She already knew, man. And I guarantee you, I guarantee, and see, you knew that there was going to be a time limit. She also knew that
yeah,
there, and she didn't realize there was a time limit until she told you, hey, all we do is have sex and you're just gone in a couple of hours. I need more from you. And when you told her, hey, look, that's not the way it's going to be, that's when the timer started.
she,
It was really only a matter of time before she was going to find someone to replace you. And that's how
yeah,
these
she wanted
things
me to go
go.
on trips with her. She wanted
Yeah.
me to go on
Yeah.
trips with her.
Yeah.
She had she owned a timeshare.
Yep.
And actually she went to Miami. I think it was back in let me see, we met in May. She went to Miami in I think around September,
Okay.
sometime around there. And she wanted me to go, and I said, "No, nah, I'm just going to stay on this end."
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was pissed. She was pissed. But when I went on my cruise to through the Panama Canal,
Mm-hmm.
I called her almost every day. Of course, I had to call her when I wasn't in the
Of
room.
course. Of
So
course.
it wasn't like I ignored her. I said I
Sure.
didn't ignore her. She said, "But you didn't ask me to come with you,
Yep.
Mike."
She wanted more.
And
Listen, Mike, she wanted more from. She really did like you. Like, dude, when a woman wants to go on trips with you and spend more time with you outside of sex, she really like you. She really, really likes you. Here's the thing.
uh-huh.
You're a married man and you're not going to leave your wife. So you're just going to have to understand that at some, and here's the thing, Mike, and this is, I want you to understand this very, very clearly. No matter, outside of just a one night stand, no matter how insignificant an ongoing sexual relationship is, when it ends, there is going to be some level of pain. Now, the pain varies from person to person, depending upon how much you guys like each other. Obviously, it depends upon how long the relationship or the affair lasts. But at the end of the day, when two people are having sex, yes, you are going to catch feelings for one another, but you are never going to leave your wife, and you knew that, right? And so
Right.
if you happen to have another side chick, you're just going to have to understand that, okay, I know I'm not going to leave my wife for this woman, so I've got to make sure that when this ends, I got to be ready for the pain. It's almost like the difference, Mike, and stay with me here. It's like it's the difference between your best friend dying of cancer and your best friend getting hit by a bus, right? Your friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I got bad news, Mike. I've got, testicular cancer or whatever," right? He's fighting cancer. You know the end is probably near, and when he dies, there is still a level of pain, but at least you were ready for it, right? You knew the diagnosis, you saw him losing his hair, blah blah blah, and eventually he succumbs to the cancer. But when you get that phone call, "Hey Mike, yeah, Scott got hit by a bus, he's dead." Oh my God, like that hits you a lot harder. When you go into sexual relationships with women you know you're not going to be in a long-term relationship with, you have to treat it like a cancer diagnosis. Okay, I like her and she likes me, but eventually this relationship is going to die, right? And and what happened is this hit you like the bus and not the cancer. Because all of a sudden, and it was a 2-week period, all of a sudden, wait a minute, it's like you never knew me, we don't even talk anymore, blah, 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 blah. And listen, this is going to be a learning lesson for you. When and if you ever, engage in another affair with another woman, just understand that you are not going to be in a long-term relationship with her. And when it ends, and it will, there is going to be a measure of pain. Simply prepare yourself for the pain.
Okay.
That's the that's the best way. It's never not going to hurt. Okay, it's never not going to hurt. There is no such thing there, dude. Andrew Tate, I promise you, Andrew Tate would tell you this himself. Even if he was just seeing a chick for 2 weeks and then things abruptly end, I'm not saying he's going to cry over her about it. It might sit in his stomach for 15, 20 minutes. He might even think about her a little bit the next day, but eventually he is going to get over her. But you are never, ever, ever going to not feel something. You're never not going to feel pain when a sexual relationship ends. That is simply the human condition. That's all there is to it.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
All right. So there was another opportunity to work at her office.
Okay.
April 15th. I went to this temp site to sign up to work there again. Was that a no-go? Should I just avoid
it.
even
That's a
trying
no-go.
to see her?
Yes, that you got to put her out of your mind, Mike. You got to put her out of your mind, Mike, because at some point, if she sees that if she keeps seeing you, she is going to know that you are actively making an effort to actually see her. And in the end, Mike, you're going to have to respect that she is in a relationship, right? Like, you're going to have to respect that she's in a relationship. You wouldn't want some dude hitting on your wife, right? Well, then don't hit on somebody else's girl. Like that's kind of what this sounds like. You're going to have to respect her relationship. Number one. Number two, if you keep putting yourself in her presence, it's going to prolong the pain. At this point, if you don't see her, talk to her for 30 days, I promise you're going to start to feel a lot better. But if you continue to, all right, maybe I should go work with her, it's just going to prolong this. Listen, not only is it going to prolong this, at some point, Mike, your logic is going to take a backseat to emotion, and that's when you start to do things that are crazy. And I'm not saying that you will do this, but we're all capable. We're all capable of doing dumb shit. Maybe you drive by her office. Maybe there you go, and now you're starting to get stalker stuff. Then you get arrested. Then your wife finds out, and then it just listen. I understand how you feel, and I understand what it's like to lose sexual access to a woman before you are ready. This is part of the game, Mike, and this is part of being a man. Part of being a man is doing what's hard. And the reason why you're successful at 62 years old is because you've done what's hard. Okay? And the reason why most women are losers is because they never do what's hard. Mike, you're going to have to do the hard thing. Let it sting, let it burn, let the scab come over the wound and let it heal. Okay? It's going to hurt. It's not going to be easy, but this is what you got to do as a man.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let's say she reaches out to me 3 months from now. Hey, Mike, how's it going? What are you up to? How should I handle it?
Yeah.
And then before you answer, the dating coaches are saying block her. They're pretty much saying what you said. Kind of like pretend like she doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Don't call her, don't drive near her job,
Yeah.
don't try to work near her job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um,
listen, if she reaches out in 3 months, Mike, smash her and let the good times roll, man. Because here's the thing, she knows at this point, if she reaches back out to you, you're not ready for a relationship. You know what the status is with her. You guys could pretty much just pick up right where you left off. But I will caution you, as tempting as it would be to jump back into bed with her, just understand that when it ends this time, okay, it's going to be even worse. Number one. Number two, when you get back with a side chick who left you, you start to become a little bit more jealous. You start to become a little bit more insecure because now you're going to start asking her questions. So, what have you been up to these last 3 months? You know she's in a relationship. Now you're going to start to
yeah,
worry about. Now you're going to start to worry about him, dude.
yeah.
And again,
It's never gonna be the
listen.
same.
It's
We're
never
forgetting
ever going to
that.
be the same. Nope.
It's never going, and it won't. I was just thinking this today as I'm driving to work, like, wow, why am I sweating this woman like this?
Because you're
Because if
human.
she were to call me back,
Yeah.
I would I would want all the answers. Like, what was it that I did that made you start to
I can tell
go on
you.
dating
Listen,
apps?
Mike, listen. You don't have to ask her. I'm going to tell you. What you did was that you just fucked her, okay? What made her
Mhm.
go on the dating apps was the fact that she angled for a relationship and you stonewalled her. She said she wanted to go on trips with you. You told her no. She said she wanted to move closer to you. You told her no. She said she wanted to spend more time with you outside of the 2 hours you guys are banging. You told her no.
She
Listen,
wanted a baby.
there,
I said no.
there you go. Exactly. And if you're not going to give her what she wants or needs, she is going to go get it from somebody else. And that doesn't make you or her right or wrong. This is just how this goes. If you are in a sexual relationship that is not meeting your needs outside of the bedroom, you're going to find it somewhere else. That's just how it goes. That's what she did. And listen, I think you can agree she's not an evil she's not an evil person. It's not like she hates you. It's not like she resents you. She simply got over you. And that's really, really, really what hurts. So, if she does contact you again in 3 months, and I seriously doubt that she does. If she contacts you in 3 months, man, my advice to you would be to leave her alone and just let it lie. Because at that point, man, because listen, at that point, we both agreed it is never going to be the same again. It's never it's never going to be. You guys are never going to have that fire. She's no longer going to be quote unquote untainted. You know, at that point, dude, you know, at that point, she's out of a relationship. Number one, number two. She might still be in a relationship with this guy when she reaches out to you. You want to know why I think that? Because she was in a marriage when she reached out to you the first time. And if she cheated and if she cheated on her husband, what makes you think she's not going to cheat on her boyfriend that she met on Match.com or whatever the hell they're using these days?
Yeah, and one of my buddies was saying, he said, man, now that she, reached out to dating apps and
Yep.
she's out there dating, she told you she was dating. At this point, you can't go in her raw.
No.
You have to go.
No,
You
absolutely.
can't go in her raw, man.
You absolutely. And again, I want to make this clear. This is not going to be easy, okay? But this is what comes with being a man, all right? This is what comes with being a man. You have got to do what's hard, Mike. And see, because the easy thing for you to do would be to continue to pursue her, right? The easy thing for you to do is if she texts or calls you, jump right back into bed with her. But Mike, my guy, you're 62 years old. This woman is 42. She has moved on. It's never going to be the same again. And I'm telling you right now, if you jump back into bed with this woman, when the relationship ends, it ain't going to be so clean this time. Okay? It is not going to be so clean this time. Number one. Number two, she's probably not going to be the one who reacts adversely at this point. It's going to be you who reacts adversely. Because I can promise you, she's not even thinking about you right now, but you're thinking about her. That's what tells me that when and if she does reach out in 3 months or whatever, even if she reaches out tomorrow, you got to leave it alone. You got to leave it alone, dude.
hmm Wow, you put a dagger and you say she's not even thinking about me.
She's not.
Oh,
She's not. Mike, look, dude, bro. I know it hurts, man. I know it hurts, and I know it sucks. But here's one thing I can tell you. Throughout my life, throughout my life, I've always been at sort of a crossroads in any decision, what to wear, who to date, what state to move to. I always did the harder thing. And the reason why I always did the harder thing is because doing the hard thing, Mike, is often synonymous with doing the right thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Right? This is why most women are losers because they almost never do what's hard. All right? Being
Hmm.
a man means doing what's hard. Being a man means doing and saying things that you really don't want to do. This is why most men,
Hmm.
Mike, are non-confrontational because being confrontational is hard, okay? Bending
Hmm.
to her will or her whims or when she gets mad, it's easy to just sort of slink away. You have to do what's hard in life to be successful in life, especially with women, especially
What,
with
what
women.
what I couldn't understand. So if I wasn't giving her all that she wanted, why did she still feel the need to like branch swing to some other guy? Like
Because
why?
that's
I mean,
because
she's
that
coming out of
Mike,
divorce.
Mike,
Why couldn't
Mike.
she say, you know what? I'm just gonna
No,
okay,
because
Abra.
no, listen, bro. Because that's not what women do. That's not what women do. And I'll tell you something else too. She decided she was going to divorce her husband 6 months before she even met you, right? And here's the thing, Mike.
Right.
Here's the thing. You think you're the only man she had an affair with? You think you're the first affair that she's had in her marriage, my guy? You think you were the first?
Mm.
You think you were the first guy she cheated with? No. Dude, I guarantee fucking to you, you are not the first guy she cheated on her husband with, and she will not be, and you will not be the last. You're gonna have to
Mm.
reconcile yourself with this. And again, dude, trust me, I know it sucks, and it's probably a part of your ego and all this other kind of stuff.
Mm.
You gotta do what's hard, Mike. This is the difference between men and women. You gotta do what's hard because I'm telling you, Mike, if you do not do what's hard, block her, leave her alone, don't entertain even thought. If you do not do what's hard, your life is going to get hard. I promise you. I promise you.
Yeah.
Dude, I have lived this
Yeah.
shit. Believe me.
Yeah. With the sex, I could not, but like when we really got into it, Donovan, we really got into it. And I couldn't, like she told me, so she got married, I think it was like 2012,
Okay.
but she said for 2 years, she said I had like three miscarriages. We tried to have a child. After the third miscarriage, it's like he just gave up.
Yeah.
He stopped working. He stopped taking care of himself, and I just lost attraction for him. And I told him that I wanted a divorce. But he even while I was seeing her, Donovan, this guy was dragging his feet. He moved out
Yep.
and he was dragging his feet with the paperwork. And I'm like, damn. So, and she kind of made it seem like when I first met her that she grew up in a nice Christian home. She was a virgin when she met her husband. He was the first. And then, like, after 2 years of them just following
I
Kenneth
know.
Samuels, he said alpha men don't cheat, they exercise
The exercise
options.
options.
And that's what I was doing.
Yep. Yep. And listen, and we say all the time, Mike, women, we show fidelity through provisioning, right? If you were really cheating, you would have bought this chick a condo and started a family with her and all that other kind of stuff. You were simply using her for sex. Unfortunately for you, you guys were having sex just a little bit too long, okay? And listen, Mike,
Mm.
it does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter who it is you're having sex with. If you have sex with a woman long enough, eventually you are going to catch feelings for her. It is impossible to
Hmm.
have sex for 6 months. It's impossible to have sex regularly with a woman for 3 months and not catch some sort of feelings. You're a married man. You know you're not going anywhere, right? So again, you have to
Right.
go in thinking of that cancer diagnosis analogy that I gave you. You have to
Hmm.
understand that when you meet a woman, okay, my friend has testicular cancer. We know he is going to die, right? We know, everybody knows he's going to die. That doesn't mean just because you know he's going to die, doesn't mean it's not going to hurt when he actually does die. But at least you saw it coming. This is the mindset that you need to have when you mess with any woman, especially as a married man.
Hmm. Whew. Yeah.
I know it's
But
tough. I know it's
getting
tough.
back to what I was saying before those guys in the chat box were acted up. Uh, like I was telling you, when we start talking, she said that um, for about a year, she and her husband weren't having sex. Okay,
That's a lie.
and but yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a lie.
You think they were
No.
still doing it?
No. Yeah, that's a lie. Listen, man. Women will, dude. Listen. If a woman wants to cheat, she's gonna cheat. Okay. But here's the thing: women don't operate on logic; they operate on emotion. But then they use logic to justify their emotional decisions. Okay. For whatever reason, she decided she just didn't want to. And here's the thing: she said we haven't had sex for a year. Maybe that's true, but I guarantee you it's not because he didn't want to. The reason why they haven't had sex for a year is because she didn't want to have sex for a year. Dude, in 99.9% of sexless marriages, the guy always wants to have sex, and it's never the woman who doesn't. It's always the woman who doesn't want to have sex. So when she says we haven't had sex in a year, the next time a woman tells you this, hey, the reason why I want to run around on my husband is because we haven't had sex in a year. Ask her this, okay? That's fine, but was that his idea or your idea? Do you not want to have sex with him, or does he not want to have sex with you? 11 times out of 10, she is the one that has closed her legs. So she can tell you all you want, all she wants to. Well, we haven't had sex in a year. That might be true, but I guarantee you she is the one that has stopped the sex.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And and you think that during that, like when they were on their downswing with their marriage, you think that she was still you think that she was entertaining guys on dating apps and going out? Because I'm telling you, I could not, the way that we were physically, I'm like, how in the world? Because she wanted it every day. I said, you're an hour away from me. That means me driving to your place. That's
Look,
an
Mike,
hour to
I'll put it to
driving
look.
back.
I'll put it to you this way. I don't think she was entertaining other men during that time. I know she was. She
Wow.
was. Okay. Listen. Dude, I'm trying to tell you. She said she hadn't had sex with her husband in a year. She probably made that decision subconsciously 6 months even before that. Mike, you are not the first man that she had an affair with, and I promise you, obviously, you will not be the last. And here's the thing, Mike, this is what gets a lot of us caught up, Mike.
He's not loyal.
No, hold on. She made you think that you were special. Okay, because now
Yeah.
you're like, dude, how in the world could she do this with me and want it all the time? What you forgot to say is why did she open up to me like this if I'm not special? And this is what I was talking about girl game earlier. Older women are masters at making you think that you are somehow special or unique or different. And this is why you're up in a tizzy, because you're confused as to why in the world can she act like she never knew me if we were so close sexually. Number one, because women are great actresses, and number two, you're not special. Okay, she made you, and this is one of modern women's superpowers, and this is how they keep guys hanging on for so much longer than they should, is they make you feel like you are special. You need to understand, Mike, that you will never give any woman in this world anything that she hasn't already had, okay? You will never be her first, her best, her biggest, or her only. You are not the first guy that she has had an affair with. Okay, you definitely haven't dicked her down the best. You're not the only guy she was fucking, and you'll never be, and you'll never be. You're definitely not going to be the last. You're never going to be her biggest, her best, her first, or her only. You're not special, Mike, and I know that crushes your ego and that crushes your manhood, but that's how it is. She put it in her mind, and some women just do this automatically. She made you feel so special that you just can't believe that after all of this time we've spent together, she could just move on like she never knew you. The reason why she moved on like she never knew you is because you were never special in the first place. She simply made you feel that way. And that's
You know,
okay.
she's saying, I love you. She used to say, I love you.
Yep.
Please tell me you love me.
Yep. That's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is, man. And women, like, again, she's 42 years old, man. And older women in their 40s, dude, they have the best girl game. Listen, I've been with many, many women in my life, but the best liars, the best pathological cheaters were always in their late 30s, early 40s. They simply have more experience doing it. That's it, man.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I know it sucks to hear. I know it sucks to hear,
Whew.
but this is how it is. She has 1,000% moved on. She doesn't, and here's the thing, Mike. She doesn't hate you. She just doesn't care anymore. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever she is with, that's going to be who she is with. So again, it's easy for me to say move on. It's easier said than done, Mike, but it still has to be done.
Mm. Okay. Donovan, man, I'm telling you, probably about a month ago, well, around like January when all this was happening,
Uh huh.
I DM'd you asking what your rate was, but you never responded to me.
Oh, was that on? I never check my Instagram DMs or Facebook or anything like that. So
Okay.
yeah, I never do. But yeah, listen. If you wanna play,
Man, I'm so glad. God, if you were in Maryland, I'd buy you a smoothie or something. I don't drink alcohol, so it would have to be a
I am mad at you.
smoothie.
Look, hey, look, I would listen. I would definitely take a green smoothie as payment, but yeah, like Mike, what you and I want you to understand what you're going through is not it's not unique. Okay, there are so many men and women who are going through the same thing, but on the man side, the reason you are feeling this way is because she was successful in making you feel like you were the only guy that she could get that she could get whatever she was looking for from you. You were not, and that's okay. That's okay. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying she played you, but she obviously, dude, she put the whammy on you. She had the excellent girl game. And what you have to understand, man, is that women get a lot more opportunities than for sex than we do as men. This is why they get
Mm-hmm.
over us so much easier. Another reason why they get over
Mm-hmm.
us so much easier is because they invest a lot more than we invest a lot more than they do. All they got to do is show up and be pretty and willing. But we got to be in the dental field. We have to have the game. We got to be in shape. We can't drink
Right.
alcohol. This is how it is.
What do you think I was able to maintain my red pill awareness or alpha awareness by keep it by telling her that hey you're not coming to my house
Yes,
or maintaining my
100%.
boundaries?
Yes, absolutely. Because if you had told her, and I always say this, never tell your side chick where you work or where you live. Now, obviously, she knows where you work and what you do for a living, but if she really, now here's the thing, Mike, she knows where you work. And this is why I know she doesn't like you like that anymore. Because if she really, really wanted to be like you, she would have caused problems for you at work. That's just how it is. She didn't raise a big stink about it, and she tried. She said, "Hey, look, I want to go on trips with you. Please spend more time with me. I want to have a child with you." Like she really, really did like you. She really, really did. You just weren't ready to take it to that next level, and as such, she said, "Okay, well, if Mike's not going to give it to me, then someone else will," and she has found that someone else.
Uh-huh. Why 7 months? I mean, shouldn't women realize okay, this is not going to go anywhere after about maybe 3 months? Or do you think it was because it was during the holidays and that was
It wouldn't have mattered, Mike.
the
Listen, the holidays probably factored in, but even if this holiday thing never happened, listen, if the holidays never happened, maybe you guys would have lasted another, 2 or 3 months. But what you have to understand, Mike, is that eventually when a woman is not getting what she wants and or needs out of a relationship, eventually she's going to move on. Okay? That's
Mhm.
just how it is. Listen, she can get dick from anywhere. That's why she got it from you, right? But
Mhm.
but but and again, women are the gatekeepers of sex. We're the gatekeepers of relationships. You know that. She
Mhm.
simply
Mhm.
wanted Mike. She wanted more from you. You were unable and unwilling to give it to you, and so she moved on. That's all there is to it. And get this: dude, things could be so much worse. Not only could, and it's gonna be hard getting over her, but can you imagine how much harder it would be to get over her if she wrecked your job or if she wrecked your marriage? Now you don't have any women. Now you're having to do a new career field. I mean, this thing could have gone
Yeah.
sideways in so many different ways.
Yeah.
This woman did not love you as much as she said she did, because if she really did, she would have raised a much bigger stink and she would have made your life a lot harder. So
Mhm.
this is sort of the paradox of the side chick. If she really, really likes you, that's going to be big problems down the road. You were lucky. She told you she really liked you, but not really, right? And because she didn't, and I'm not saying that she didn't like you at all. She just didn't love you. If she really and truly did love you, Mike, she would not have given up so easily. But she was like, okay, well, if he doesn't want to take me on trips, if he doesn't want to introduce me to his family, if he doesn't want me over at his place, then I guess I'm going to have to get with someone who will. Clearly, she has found someone, and she is now calling him babe. That's how it works.
And you should get rid of the pictures, the
all
videos,
all of it. All of it.
Hey,
all of it. All of it.
Videos I could upload on Pornhub. I'm telling you. Oh my God! Sometimes I lie in bed.
She's a freak. She's a freak.
It's keeping me in the loop, man. It's keeping me in the loop by looking at these pictures, looking at these videos.
Do not do it, Mike.
The old texts.
Bro, no, Mike. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. You've got, and I know it's not easy, bro. You gotta let her go, man. Delete everything that had anything to do with her. We know. Out of sight, out of mind, okay? She's going to be on your mind a lot longer than she's going to be out of sight. But you got to put her out of your sight. Delete all the pictures. Don't save them to the cloud. Delete everything. Delete text messages. And Mike, you really need to block her. You really, really do need to block her, because I'm telling you right now.
Donovan, man, I listen to you so much. I learn a lot from you. I'm being honest with you, man. I'm not deleting these pictures of this video.
Oh, Mike, don't do it.
I'm not doing it now. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Oh, my God. I'll put it to you this way. The longer you hold on to those pictures and videos, the longer it's going to take to get over her. And here's the thing, Mike. Deep down inside, and I think a lot of us sort of go through this and don't really know that we're going through this. Deep down inside, the reason why we hang on, even though that relationship is no longer there, is we want something to remind us that the relationship existed. Because if you didn't have the pictures or the text messages, just based on your one-on-one interactions, you would never know. You said it yourself. No one even suspected that we had a relationship. And as it happens, not even her, it appeared. Okay? So you have to understand, it is going to take a while to get over this. But it's going to take some time. But eventually, you're going to have to delete that stuff. You're going to have to. That's the only way to do this. Listen, I know you're going to do this at your own pace, but dude, if you don't, Mike, I'm telling you, Mike, just listen to what I'm saying here. If you don't do this soon, what's going to end up happening is your emotions are going to overtake your logic. And when your emotions overtake your logic, you end up making some very, very, very bad decisions. Okay? And we can laugh and we can chuckle, but I'm telling you right now, when a man gets emotional, he becomes very dangerous for a lot of different reasons. You do not want emotion to take over logic at this point, because if you do, you've got a lot to lose, man. Like, dude, you're 62 years old, you're probably close to retirement. There is no need to jeopardize that for some weekend pussy. I'm sorry, there's just not.
I'm not, man. I'm not gonna. I'm grounded. I'm not gonna. I'm telling you.
I know it's hard
because I'm listening to these dating coaches on YouTube. And what happens is, I guess the algorithm sends me like links to tracking devices.
That's all tracking, dude. That's stalker behavior.
Put this person's number in. And
no. Oh my God. Yes. Put this person's number in, upload their face, and we will show you all the dating apps they're on. Exactly. Let me ask you something. Mike. If I were to snap my fingers right now and you would know every dating app that she was on, who she was with, what purpose would that serve?
No.
Here's another thing. If you were to have a conversation with her, this is why I tell guys all the time, if you get caught cheating, okay, do not answer questions, okay? Because the more questions you answer, the more questions she is going to have. Well, guess what? That also works in reverse. The more questions you ask her, the more she answers, the more questions you are going to have. And in that pursuit of trying to get answers, this is when stalker behavior rears its ugly head. Now you're going to start stalking her Facebook or her Instagram. You're going to be driving up to her job. God forbid, Mike, God forbid, you're sitting in the parking lot and she sees you. Mike, Like, come on,
Yeah.
and again, I know this is not easy. I know this is not. And,
I'm
listen,
not going to do it. I'm not going to do all that, man.
listen.
I'm
Listen.
grounded. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, every dating coach is going to tell you, well, just leave her. I'm going to tell you the same thing, but I understand how difficult it is because I have been in this situation. It's been a while, but I've been in this very situation before where you are in a relationship and you catch feelings for a side bitch. It's and see, we can all listen, having a side chick is great. You're getting your needs met at home and out in public. I get that, but nothing comes for free, Mike. Okay, you guys had great sex and you've got the videos to prove it. You didn't really think that you were going to be able to have an affair with a woman like this and not pay some sort of price, right? Mike, you've already paid the price, and the price is comparatively low. Listen, lick your wounds, take your L, and move on. Because if you continue to obsess over this chick, that price is going to go up, man. Listen, she's not making a big stink about it. She's not stalking you. She's not trying to let your wife know. You're in the clear. You are in the clear. Let it go. It's not easy. You're going to have to let it go because if you don't, Mike, you're going to start making some very bad decisions.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, speaking of you know who, the garage door just went up.
That is the wife. Well, you need to get off the phone here, Mike. We don't want to out you.
All right, man.
Thanks for calling in, Mike. And listen, keep us updated. All right.
All right.